Our second live game of the day from the Sky Bet Championship as we welcome back football to Ellen Road is Leeds United against Cardiff City. Kick-off coming up at 2:30. Well, back in April 2007, with the haircut to match, Aaron Ramsey made his debut for Cardiff as a 16-year-old. All these years later, after scaling the heights, he's back at the club where it all began, and he starts in new boss Errol Bullett's first game in charge of the Bluebirds. The debuts 5 new signings in Josh Bowler, Callum Grant, Michel Gultat, the aforementioned Aaron Ramsey and Ike Ugbo. Ramsey makes his first appearance for Cardiff since February 2011, and Callum O'Dowda makes his 200th championship appearance. Well, as ever, it's been a summer of change at Leeds United with a takeover complete off the field. Daniel Farke is the new man in the dugout. He's won promotion in his last 2 seasons, managing in the Champ. So can he do it with Leeds United this season? This is the team he's picked. New signing Ethan Ampadu makes his debut. Other new signings Carl Darlow and Sam Byron are subs. 17-year-old Archie Gray makes his senior debut in midfield. And Willie Nonto starts up top. That's his team. Let's get his thoughts. Daniel Farkas and Johnny Phillips.
Daniel, Leeds fans will be very excited to see Archie Gray in the starting lineup. What can we expect from him?
Well, it's no gift. It's well deserved. He was outstanding during pre-season hard work, and I know it's a young lad anyhow, and it's always a bit risky to have him, especially in the first game in the starting lineup. But I got the feeling he's ready. But I just can bring him to the door. He has to make the step through the door, and he has all ingredients and all our backing, all our trust, and we are quite hopeful that he's there with a good performance today.
What type of player do you feel he will be in your team?
I don't want to praise him too much. I'm always a bit careful with the young lads. Don't want to put additional weights on his shoulders. He's quite versatile. Obviously, he plays also in the center in the heart of the game, and we got the feeling it's a good choice today, and we will see what he can do.
So many players have left, and you've also had injury problems as well. Do you feel the starting 11 on the pitch today is strong enough for what you want?
Well, as long as we find 11 guys who wear this white shirts, we're competitive. That's a fact, I know. So the group is not overly big at the moment, where we have trained the whole week just with 16 lads. But as long as these lads are tied together, anyhow, you always have a chance. And we are Leeds United. We want to win, first of all, in the first game, as many points as possible. And we're looking forward to have this game.
And Cardiff City have a new head coach as well. What do you expect from them?
Well, it's a good footballing side. They have a good balance, I think, between youth and also experienced players, especially in the offense. Many proven player on championship level. We are respectful, but not full of fear. So we are Leeds United and want to start really on the front foot and want to be there with a good performance.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Daniel Farke becomes the 5th man to manage Leeds in a league game in 2023, following on, of course, from Jesse Marsh, Michael Scabala, Javi Gracia and Sam Allardyce. But if you look at his record in the Championship, there is no doubting his pedigree at this level. The best win percentage of any manager to have taken charge over 100 games. So they're going to win the league then, Jermaine? Is that how that works?
We'd like to think so, David. Look, it's a great appointment, and it's one that is tried and tested. As you mentioned before, he's won the Championship twice, and that's not an easy thing to do. But I quite like what I've seen so far from Daniel Farke in pre-season, not just on the pitch, but his interviews off the field as well. The things that he's saying, he's trying to keep everybody on a calm and sensible trajectory, let everybody understand, look, we're building something here for the future. Transfers in and out have been a talking point, naturally. Lots of players have gone out on loan, but the players that have come back in are players that have been playing in the Championship last season as well. Young players who are really good, didn't quite get the opportunity, the chance to play last season, and it's definitely an exciting time for those young players. Archie Gray, for example, who for me is a fantastic young talent, but also one that really deserves his opportunity, his chance to play for Leeds United. He came in under Marcelo Bielsa, he joined in with the murder ball sessions, and he was one of the standout performers within that. And look, it's by no luck or by fluke that this kid is in there as the youngest of the Gray families.
I mean, it's Leeds royalty, isn't he? 17-year-old Archie Gray. his Leeds senior debut today. Great Uncle Eddie is a Leeds legend, of course. Grandfather Frank made over 300 appearances for Leeds. And his dad Andy also came through the Leeds youth team. There's Eddie there, a firm fixture around Ellen Road on a match day. I mean, as football and stud farms go, they could make a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, look, I think
if you're part of the Gray family, you become a professional footballer. Incidentally, he was born March the 12th, 2006, 3 days before Jermaine signed for Leeds United, just to make him feel really, really old.
Thanks
So,
very
I mean,
much.
a 70-year-old on a senior debut with that type of pedigree, Keith, what do you want from him today?
Exactly what he's been doing in pre-season. Opportunity knocked from him pre-season because they were a little bit light in that area with the departures. Ampadu came in, and since he's come in, they've struck up a really good relationship. Ampadu will play slightly deeper. He'll drift out to the side. Watched the game against Hearts, thought he was excellent. Distribution, takes the ball on the half turn. England under 17 international. What an opportunity for him to go and shine and go and play. He's an all-round type midfielder for me. He's got a lot of potential.
Does it mean he's got the elder statesman next to him of all of 22 years old, Ethan Ampadu, Jermaine, to see him through the game? Lots of major incomings, but Ampadu, still very, very young, but feels like he's been around for such a long period of time, doesn't it?
Yeah, he has. That's what it is. You know, he didn't quite get his opportunities at Chelsea as much as he would have liked. He's been out on loan a couple of times, plays for the Welsh national side, and does really, really well. In this Leeds United team, I think it suits him down to the ground because he covers the ground really well, he reads the danger really well, but he's got the freedom to express himself and get forward as well, which is, like Keith said, where the communication between himself and Archie Gray comes into it. So whenever he goes, Archie tucks in, and vice versa. It does seem like 22 years of age is still very young, and it seems like somebody would be relatively inexperienced with that age. However, he's been around the block for a little while, and he's done really well with the short amount of time that he has been a professional.
Two teams involved, of course, in this match. It's not all about the white side of this equation. The Bluebirds are in town. The long journey up from South Wales with the new boss, of course, Errol Bullitt. We're going to get his thoughts after the break and look at the key men, potentially, for Cardiff City.
This is Helen. Her fella Chris sets deposit limits on his Bet365 account. So they've swapped the living room for room service. Result. Meet Rob's gran. Rob took a time out so he could spend more time with her. Winner. And Lee's team are happy to see him stepping up, not sitting it out. Well played, Lee. When you play safe at Bet365.
Key figure in their promotion-winning team a couple of seasons ago was Pablo Hernandez. The composure and creative spark that he provided for Leeds got them back into the Premier League after that 16-year absence, and he's getting a good sprinkling as a welcome back, isn't he, to make sure that he feels right at home back in the West Yorkshire rain. Let's get the thoughts now of the other side of this equation. It's Johnny Phillips talking to Errol Bullitt and Joe Rawls.
Do you feel it's going to be strong enough this season to do something improving on what happened last time around?
Oh, so I know a little bit things from last season, so it was not so well for Cardiff City. But of course, this year we want to change it in a positive way. We made quite good transfers, mostly in the attacking part. So to have more goals, to create chances, also in the friendly matches pre-season, we create a lot, but sometimes we score a little bit less, but I hope today we're going to change it.
Joe, another change of manager over the summer. How has it been so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. Had a really good pre-season, and yeah, we're just ready to get going now.
And some interesting signings, Aaron Ramsey in particular. What has his arrival done?
Yeah, it's brought a lot of excitement, obviously, to the club. Great to have him back, and obviously with new manager, new signings, it brings a lot of excitement, ready for the new season. Just can't wait to get going now.
Big test as well at Leeds, a team that have just come down from the Premier League. What do you expect from them?
Yeah, great club. They still have a good team, I think, because some of the players they left, 7 or 8 players they left, but they still have a good team. How I read and from the news, they have some problems in the attacking part. Strikers are injured, but doesn't matter. Still, Leeds is a strong team at home. So today it's a tough game, and we will do our best to take something away from here.
So just who is the new man at the helm of Cardiff City? The owner has been glowing, of course, with his new appointment. He came in on June the 3rd as a player won league titles with Fenerbahce and Olympiacos. Extensive managerial experience in Turkey and also played in the Champions League. So all there as a player, Keith, all there as a manager in Turkey, but alongside Enzo Maresca is the only other manager in the division who hasn't managed in English football. So will we see the same start that we saw from Leicester City and Maresca, or will we see a little bit of teething, shall we say?
I think they're a club that are transformed in terms of the demeanour around the club, and there seems a real freshness around, and that's surely down to possibly him, but certainly the transfers that they've been able to make, which is bizarre considering they can't pay fees. They've actually recruited quite well. They've got some good players in the door. You look at the starting lineup today, you can see a team that can do something. Last season was a real struggle for the football club, the lack of activity in the transfer market, and there's a good feel around that. I think top end of the pitch, Aaron Ramsey obviously been one in terms of the magnitude of his signing, but just the attacking power that they have now, the ability to score goals was a real problem for Cardiff last season. I don't see that being as much of an issue this season.
Well, we're enjoying the romance, of course, of Aaron Ramsey being back at the club where it all began. Still only 32 years old, Jermaine. So, I mean, in theory, still some good years left if he's managed properly in the Championship.
Yeah, definitely. Look, this is a guy that played for Arsenal, played for Juve, Nice, played in the Champions League, national side as well. He's a hero. You know, he's really, really technically gifted. He's had one or two issues along the way, well documented. But look, what he does bring is the experience and the composure that this Cardiff City team are going to need. That was something they majorly lacked in last season. And you know, when you're playing with a player that has these levels of expectation and quality, as his teammates, they're going to pick their levels up as well because they don't want to be left out. They know all eyes are going to be on him. And if I can showcase my skills, my talents as well, who knows?
So from that point of view, we're looking at a talismanic presence potentially for Cardiff, Keith?
Definitely, on, off the pitch, the standards that he brings, the experience that he brings, the obvious love that he has for Cardiff City Football Club. You seen when he signed, his son signing for the academy on the same day. And listen, he could have gone far and wide and earned a lot more money than he's going to be earning at Cardiff. So he's only there for one reason, and that's to give a little bit back to Cardiff City and get them back to where he thinks they should be.
Distinct difference we're going to see, Jermaine, from the Leeds United faithful. The last home game of the season, the Premier League, was toxic. The management structure's changed, the ownership structure's changed. Is it a fresh start for this bunch of players led by Liam Cooper?
It definitely is. We've seen lots of outgoings. We've seen a few incomings as well, and it's a building block, a building process, and it's full of confidence, full of positivity as well. So we're looking forward to seeing what this Leeds United team is going to bring today.
So all of us watching on your second game of this Championship triple header is from Ellen Road. Leeds United taking on Cardiff City, all in the glorious company of Andy Hinchcliffe. First, Gary Weaver.
Thank you, David. Well, how did Leeds United end up here again? From the richest league to the toughest league, from the glitz and the glamour to the grind. Poor recruitment on the pitch and in the dugout have led to an English giant being brought to its knees again. Now this Colossus has to rise again. This is the Championship. It shows no mercy. It respects no one. Only the strongest escape. But Leeds United have done it before. Cardiff City are glad to see the Championship again. They were almost bundled out of the back door into League One last season. A Reading points deduction saved them. Now Cardiff are ready to give Leeds a red-hot welcome back to the second tier. On to the teams, and the Gray family dynasty continues at Leeds United. 17-year-old Archie Gray makes his debut, the youngest member of the family to do so. His dad is Andy, a former striker here. His granddad Frank, his great-uncle is Eddie Gray. Alongside him is Welsh international Ethan Ampadu, who also makes his debut. Leeds are without an out-and-out striker because of injury, so it looks like Willie Nonto, who gave Cardiff the runaround here in the FA Cup in January, will start through the middle. Sam Byram, who re-signed here yesterday, is on the bench. Well, Cardiff City fans never thought they'd see this day again, but Aaron Ramsey's name is on their team sheet. He's back at the club he loves, the club which launched his career, a homecoming that has lifted a city. Josh Bowler and Carlin Grant both make their debuts, forming an exciting trident with Ramsey behind another debutant, Ike Ugbo. Jack Anik starts in goal with Ryan Alsop injured. In front of him is Greek international Dimitrios Goutos, another who makes his debut here today. So, Willie Gnonto starts for Leeds United. Everton have been knocking on the Ellen Road door for his services. They've yet to match Leeds' valuation. How important is he, Andy?
Well, Leeds have these attacking injuries to Bamford and to Ruter, but there's still plenty of threat. And Wilfred Gnonto, I think Leeds, that his future, as you say, is undecided. On his day, he's a match winner, and Cardiff learned that the hard way back at the turn of the year. Cardiff have made plenty of attacking signings to address the major problem that you can see that they had last season. There was a distinct lack of threat, but his homecoming has made all the headlines. But his return can't just be sentimental. He needs to produce. Can he provide the creativity, the goals that Cardiff need to have a much more enjoyable season than their last campaign?
Yeah, he's wearing that Bluebird badge on his chest again, and he wants to make an impact again. Now, before kick-off, Leeds United will pay tribute to all those associated with the club who've passed away since the end of last season, including Gordon McQueen, a giant of a player who was a huge presence here and a great colleague to us at Sky Sports on the gantry. Leeds United remembering fans, former players and everyone associated with the club who've passed away since the end of last season. So Daniel Farke, the next to take on the challenge of managing this football institution. Football is everything in Leeds. Ellen Road, the heartbeat of this city. Promotion not a request, it's a demand. It will be Cardiff City to get us underway as Championship football returns to Ellen Road, and Leeds United are not planning on hanging around too long this time. But as I mentioned, in terms of Cardiff City, the mood has changed around the club. They're glad to be in the Championship after what happened last season. They had a near miss in terms of going down to the third tier because of Reading's points deduction. But new recruits, a new manager, and the mood has lifted around the Welsh capital. Yeah, I think for Leeds, it's how quickly they can adapt to their new circumstances. Don't feel sorry for themselves, embrace the Championship, but this is going to be, I'm sure, a very different Cardiff with Errol Bullock coming in. There is that air of optimism. The players know exactly how he wants them to play, and they'll be much more aggressive on the ball this season. Well, he's managed a Turkish superpower in Fenerbahce. He knows about pressure. He's about to get to know the Championship. Ampadu steals in for Leeds United. Looking for Willie Gnonto, who has started through the middle here. This now is Archie Gray, the 17-year-old making his debut. He's had a fantastic pre-season, just as he did a year ago, but he was injured. He was in Jesse Marsh's plans a year ago, but injured himself in pre-season. I think he damaged his toe when he was running around the house trying to pack his bags to go somewhere. Well, he's a hugely talented young player, but he's mature as well. He understands the game, reads the game well. He's got a huge future ahead of him, great potential. His great uncle Eddie is watching on here. The referee, incidentally, is Josh Smith, who had a bit of a busy night at Hillsborough on the opening night as fourth official.
And already you can see how high up the pitch Bullock wants Aaron Ramsey to play. Doesn't want him to drop onto the halfway line to get on the ball. He wants him to be as close to Ugbo as possible. Let other players get the ball to him, you know, in that position in between the lines.
Yeah, he sees him as a number 10 or a number 8. Does Errol Bullock in his Cardiff City setup, rather than a deeper lying midfielder. There's Archie Gray.
Yeah, he clearly can play that little bit deeper. We might see him do that, operate there during the course of the season. But today, Wintle and Rawls have got that job. It's up to them to control the middle of the pitch, get the ball to him higher up the pitch.
Nice touch initially there by Luis Sinistero, who's playing just behind Willie Nonto.
There's a few complaints. The ball strikes the hand of Perry and G, but again, it's accidental. His arm's in a natural position for the challenge that he's just made, so that's why it's not handball.
Ike Ugbo looking to show his strength. Ramsey had Carlin Grant waiting on this side of the pitch. Here is Carlin Grant. But the flag has gone up to frustrate Cardiff City.
Oh, it's encouraging for Cardiff how many players they get high up the pitch very, very quickly when the break forward is made by Bowley. You can see he's got a lot of support. They're all standing and watching him carry the ball forward. Eventually Grant is offside with that forward pass, but good to see blue shirts flooding forward when they have the ball.
It's kind of unfortunate for Carlin Grant because he signed on the same day as Aaron Ramsey. He had to give everyone a reminder, hey, I'm here by the way as well.
Well, he's a player, Carlin Grant, that by his own admission has got a point to prove, so will we see the player that we saw at West Brom, you know, affecting games, scoring goals?
He likes to play from the left-hand side as he is here this afternoon. There's Strauch. Leeds with 2 left-footed centre-backs at the heart of their defence. Now Archie Gray. Ayling. This is Ramsey. Now Gutas. O'Dowda looking for Ugbo, who's linked up nicely. Rawls and Ike Ugbo linking up that time.
Yeah, it's interesting to see where Sinistero is playing. He's right in the middle of the pitch supporting Nonto, and that's because Luke Ayling provides the width down the right-hand side. Sinistero would normally play there, but because Ayling steps forward so much into that advanced position, Sinistero can drift infield.
Dan James, forming of Swansea, hence the not so warm reception from the Cardiff fans, giving chase to that. He's gone out for a throw. I thought that maybe Dan James could play through the middle here for Leeds today. He's done that before, but it's been difficult at times for him operating centrally for Leeds. And last season, he was out on loan at Fulham.
I just wonder whether Daniel Farke might move that attacking quartet around at times so they're not all playing defined positions, because Cardiff as defenders, that's what you want. You want to know where all the attackers are, and Farke could just move them around just to cause a few more defensive problems.
There's Cooper. He was very vocal in the Leeds dressing room the day they were relegated from the Premier League. He stood up and said, if anyone doesn't want to be here, go now. Somerville to Ayling. There's Somerville again. Cooper once more. Strauch. Now Ayling. There's Gray. It's a tall presence at the heart of the Leeds midfield. Archie Gray's grown another 2 inches over the summer. So I'm told. I didn't measure him myself, by the way. There's Ayling. Nonto trying to release Luke Ayling, and Callum O'Dowda, who did so well at left-back last season for Cardiff City, stands his ground again.
That's really good defending, good defensive positioning. Defended not even by playing the ball, just got himself in the way. So Ayling couldn't get past him, didn't foul him, but he's got to be aware of Ayling. He's playing so high down that right-hand side. Virtually he's a right winger, Ayling. So Dowda, rather than pick up, say, Somerville or Sinistera, he's got to be aware of Ayling's forward runs.
Well, this is the style that Errol Bullitt wants at Cardiff City, playing out from the back, but he doesn't want that. Leeds have stepped on them. There's Cooper. Strauch. Now Somerville. Sinistera. There's Helde. James straight to Rawls. Now Ramsey. Loose from him though. Until doing the defending for Cardiff City, and Aaron Ramsey took a heavy one there. Referee Josh Smith having words with Leo Helde after that challenge. Looks like it'll be a ticking off and nothing more, and Aaron Ramsey is back on his feet.
The Cardiff players weren't happy, but Helde seems to clearly go for the ball, just seems to miss timing. Yes, he does catch Ramsey, but I think a word to Helde is the most he's going to get. That's not a yellow card.
Starting off on this treacherous championship journey again, not really knowing what their squad will look like in a month's time. A few more of this squad are expected to head for the exit, and they want to add around about 4 more players to what they have here. And with the style that Daniel Farke wants to play and how long it takes to get to grips with it, he says it might not happen fully for them till halfway through the season. It's demanding patience. Ramsey, Ampadu in the way, here's Nonto. Somerville picks up the baton for Leeds. Nonto to his right, and on the outside of his right boot, trying to pick out Luis Sinistera.
Well, he went for the Hollywood pass, didn't need to. He had Nonto to his right, simple pass with your instep, and the counter-attack is on.
Ramsey. Ugbo, Grant on the outside. Here is Carlin Grant. Cardiff City motoring forward. Bowler was trying to make something of it in the middle. And finished it, I think, in the end.
Yeah, but the attack all starts with Aaron Ramsey in between the lines, defensive lines for Leeds on the half turn. Just watch his body positions. This ball is played into him. He just turns so quickly. He's not controlling the ball going backwards, encouraging Leeds to snap into a challenge. He lets that ball come across his body. That means quickly he and Cardiff can move forward. The trouble is they can't really get support to Carlin Grant when the cross comes in.
His homecoming, Aaron Ramsey's, has lifted Cardiff City. They've been in decline on the pitch for 4 years, surrounded by storm clouds off it too. There has been a change of mood around the place. And the Cardiff City fans are looking forward to this campaign. Let's not forget, they've lost the last 4 South Wales derbies too, the game which means the most to them. That's unheard of. So it's been a miserable time for Cardiff City followers, but things could change this season. Kutas doing the defending here, under pressure from Nonto. Ramsey dropping deep that time. There's Cooper. The throw intervening, but then losing out. Strauch. This is Cooper, who has walked down this road before.
With Leeds in possession, it's virtually a back three with Ayling providing the width down the right and James plugging that left touchline.
Down to alert again as Grant, it's like a heavy touch, but he swept away from Nonto. Lintel looking to pick out Bowler. As we've seen, he wants his team to play out from the back. As we know in the past, the owner Vincent Tan has liked a bit more of a direct approach. But Noah Bullitt is a strong character, strong personality, which is what you need to manage Cardiff City, plus he's chair Mehmet Dowman's choice as well. So I think he'll be taking the calls from Vincent Tan, if Vincent Tan was just wondering about the style. Helde running into trouble. The referee has played the advantage and neatly skipped away from the ball. That's Carlin Grant. Somerville looking to release Nonto. Too much on it.
Well, they're slightly fortunate there because Carlin Grant had drifted in fairly, lost the ball. Callum O'Dowd had gone flying forward from left back, and there was a huge space that Leeds were looking to exploit. It's just the forward pass was too heavy. So they've got to be careful, Cardiff. They want their fullbacks to push on to join the attacks, but when they lose it, they could be in trouble.
Ramsey again, dropping deep. Here he is once more.
I suppose if you're going to play out from the back, he's the player really you want in front of your back four, because he's so assured and rarely, gives the ball away. But ideally, you want him higher up the pitch.
Leeds looking to close in. That's McGuinness trying to pick out Ramsey, who was being watched by Cooper. Ike Ugbo. Going through the academy at Chelsea. Here's Strauch. Now Gray. Being hunted down by Wintle. Gray again. Very comfortable in possession. Archie Gray.
It's a position that carries a huge amount of responsibility, so for a young man to be entrusted with that shows the time he has.
We found Nonto, who's found Somerville. It's back to Willie Nonto. Nonto seen off in the end. McGuinness sliding across. This is Archie Gray. It's Gray again, and twice O'Dowd has stood his ground.
I just wonder whether Nonto could have got his shot away slightly earlier.
Well, he scored that breathtaking goal here against Cardiff City in the FA Cup replay in January last season. A stunning volley, the Canio-esque.
You get the feeling he knows he should have been doing a little bit better than he actually did.
I think he'll be hiring you as a striking coach. No hope for anyone if that's the case. There's Cooper. Sinistera. Ayling, nicely done. It's Nonto! Took the shot on that time, but couldn't quite deliver.
It's great understanding between Ayling and Nonto. Nonto's on the move before Ayling's even headed the ball. He knows that Ayling's seen him, so he's run into that attacking space that's been vacated. But he'll be disappointed. Bouncing ball makes it slightly difficult, but really should be hitting the target. He had an earlier opportunity. All starts with Archie Gray. Good build-up, nice and slick. The ball's played out. Just wonder whether he could put his left foot through that. He doesn't back himself. Allows the ball to come across his body. Can he shoot first time? Maybe just pass that with his left foot. Once he lets it come across his body, the Cardiff players get back and the opportunity is gone.
Well, he's a 19-year-old Willie Nonto who cost around about £5 million when Leeds signed him from Zurich. They're looking for around about £15 million if the deal's to be done with a club that wants to take him from here. Looks like if he wants to keep his place in the Italy squad, Roberto Mancini's told him he has to play at the top level. As we said before, Everton have been knocking on the Ellen Road door for a couple of Leeds players, but not yet met the valuation. There's Strauch. That's Somerville. Now Cooper. Ampadu. Sinistera. James has held it on the outside. He goes to Nonto. Sinistera. Nicely done. It's James, no doubter again, having to step in from left back and deal with the danger.
It's brilliant defensive positioning, round on the cover. O'Dowda, if he isn't there, it's 1-0 Leeds.
Archie Gray, he saw the gap. O'Dowda got to him. Initially a great touch from Aaron Ramsey, but now he's in trouble. This is Somerville. Nonto, Somerville stepping forward, and a brilliant challenge on him by McGuinness. Leeds United are on top here.
Oh, it's a thunderous challenge. He had to time that correctly, McGuinness, so he gives a penalty away. Aaron Ramsey had done well initially, but then lost the ball. Managed to get back, get a good challenge in. But Somerville eventually gets the ball, but the challenge, the strong challenge from McGuinness is outstanding. And previously O'Dowda did well defensively too, but Leeds just starting to rack up the pressure on that Cardiff defence, just about standing firm.
Well, Crescencio Somerville getting back to his feet, but not moving as freely as he would like. Ball was after that, likewise, Ilan Meslier. There's Wintle. Ailing. Now Nonto.
Well, Leeds just starting to get a foothold to dominate the game, dominating the ball, forcing Cardiff back. And importantly, starting to get the ball into that Cardiff penalty area. It's just that defensively, full-back centre-halves for Cardiff have done well so far.
And Daniel Farker is targeting scoring at least 75 goals this season in the Championship. That should get Leeds into the promotion hunt. The last 10 years, an average of 86 goals has won the title. An average of 80 goals has guaranteed automatic promotion. O'Dowda. Cooper stepping in. There's Ugbo. Ramsey pointing to where he wants it. Here is Aaron Ramsey. Bowler making his way now inside the box, but Leeds with plenty back. Ailing got back. There's Nonto on defensive duty. It's crept through to Somerville. It was the two Leeds fullbacks who sorted that out, and Luke Ayling and Leo Helde who stepped across from the far side to help out. Kutas. Nonto. Floored by Carlingrat. Well, a change of manager, change of league, change of owner as well here at Leeds, and they will hope it leads to a change of fortunes. The 49ers Enterprises now fully own Leeds United. They're a team of core investors, including sports stars. Parag Marate is the new chair here. Rudy Klein-Thomas, the vice chair, who does have family links to Leeds. His grandma moved to Leeds from Sierra Leone, and his mum was brought up here. I believe the net worth of the new Leeds ownership is almost £5 billion. There's O'Dowda, options in the box. O'Dowda pulls it back to Bowler. It's Bowler again, who placed it to perfection. Cardiff City give Leeds United a reminder of just what this league is about. The Championship respects no one, and Leeds United are on the floor again.
Well, it's a defensive mess from Leeds United. There's no communication between Ayling and Gnonto. Both are watching the ball. Callum O'Dowda just steps forward from left back, and he just waits and waits. And Ugbo does really well here, because the ball breaks his way, doesn't try and be clever and spin and score himself. He knows he's got his back to goal, so he just lays that ball off again for Bowler. Really unselfish from the centre forward. Knows he can't score, but Bowler probably can. But look at the amount of blue shirts in that Leeds penalty area. When O'Dowda steps forward, the support is there. We didn't see this last season from Cardiff. Very little attacking threat. Very different today.
Well, he's such an exciting signing as Josh Bowler. We saw what he could do a couple of seasons ago at Blackpool, playing on the right, moving in on his left foot. It's a big signing, and he's had a big start to his Cardiff City career.
Just looking at Leeds defensively there, Luke Ayling gets drawn in with Aaron Ramsey. Again, he doesn't need to go in there. Even if the ball gets played into Ramsey, there's no danger. He steps in. Gnonto hasn't appreciated the run of O'Dowda, so there's just acres of space. Too easy for the left back to get in and get a cross in.
Well, the FA Cup aside, Cardiff City do have a really good record here at Ellen Road. They've won 7 of their last 10 league visits, some big wins as well. And they're in front again on Leeds United territory. There's Gnonto looking to respond as play was initially waved on. Now the free kick has been given. A free kick to Leeds in a very dangerous position.
It's a good response to going behind from Leeds. Cardiff have to clear their heads. They're elated about scoring, but they've got to get their defensive heads on again. They just go flying into challenges here. They're right on the edge of the box. Unless you're sure you can win it, don't get off your feet. Wintle does. He's nowhere near the ball. This is real danger for the Cardiff goalkeeper, right on the edge of the box. An opportunity, left footer, right footer, to whip this over the wall and into the back of the net.
Well, Crescencio Somerville has placed the ball. Archie Gray is there as well. Jack Anik building his wall. The stage left to Somerville, but he couldn't find a way through that wall. There's Somerville again. Now Cooper. Joe Rawls has just picked himself up as Gnonto picks up the lead and then hits the deck and stays down, and Rawls has gone down again. So Rawls has a problem, and Willie Gnonto has a problem too.
Cardiff incredibly aggressive every time Leeds have the ball. Gnonto to get back onto his feet and affect the game. But just going back to the fact that Cardiff had taken the lead, go back to those defensive interventions by O'Dowda, by McGuinness. The defensive positioning, strong, brave defending. Keeps the scoreline 0-0, then they go down the other end and take the lead. So defenders doing their job, strikers then sticking the ball in the back of the Leeds net. Again, look at Ayling, he's drifted in towards Aaron Ramsey. That leaves an acre of space in behind him. He shouldn't be stepping that far forward. If he does, he's got to get Gnonto to track Callum O'Dowda. That doesn't happen either, but Ugbo does really well just to lay that ball back. Doesn't gun it at Bowler either. He just lays it back for him to pass it into the bottom corner. Brilliant play from the striker. Great support play from Josh Bowler.
Well, he's signed on loan from Nottingham Forest. The Cardiff manager, Errol Bullitt, knows the Forest owner very well from their time together at Olympiakos. Evangelos Marinakis. So Joe Rawls receives treatment. Aaron Ramsey is about to receive some instruction. There's Mehmet Dalman, the man who suggested the name of Errol Bullitt to the Cardiff City board. And they got their man. And he's also been allowed to bring in his coaching staff, which hasn't always been the case at Cardiff City. His full coaching staff have arrived with him. The last time that happened, the last two times that happened at Cardiff, it was Neil Warnock and Malky Mackay who brought all of their coaching staff with them, and it led to promotion.
Yeah, in terms of the manager and the coaching staff, Cardiff are crying out for continuity, for consistency. Hopefully Errol Bullitt will be given the opportunity to stay in charge for a while, to be allowed to do the job as well.
Ebu Adams is being readied here by Cardiff City. Joe Rawls could be making way shortly. There's a slip there from Strout. Cardiff City did not take advantage through Josh Bowler, but the door was open after Strout slipped.
Again, defensive error, but Bowler is so disappointed because his first touch gets away from him. If he keeps it close to his feet, he's got opportunity. Yes, it would have been a tight angle, but an opportunity to possibly make it two.
Joe Rawls is back on, but Ebu Adams down below us is still receiving instructions from the Cardiff City management team. There's James. Helde. Sinistera. Nicely stepping away from McGuinness. McGuinness went back for round two and came out on top. So Rawls is down again, so the Cardiff City captain's opening day is coming to an end. So Ebu Adams is coming on, and it will be his debut. He was injured in pre-season a year ago. Former Forest Green man. And Joe Rawls, who's a key player for Cardiff City, his day is over.
Yeah, Ebu Adams has played a fair bit in pre-season, so he knows the position, but it's such an important part of the team, that central midfield combination, along with Ryan Wintle, so he has to get to the pace of the game quickly, Ebu Adams.
So trying to latch onto that. Joe Rawls being given a warm welcome as he walks behind the goal away to our right.
As ever with football, it's not about how much of the ball you have, it's how effective you are with it. And we've seen that from Cardiff. They've allowed Leeds to have a lot of possession, defended doggedly, and then when an opportunity's come along, they've stuck it in the back of the net.
Josh Bowler's goal, the difference at the moment. There's Liam Cooper. McGuinness with eyes on it and gets his head on it. James then picks up for Leeds United. He's got options. And he's being told about those options by his teammates.
He should be doing better because it's positive from me. He reads that the defender is on the stretch. It's going to be a poor defensive header, so he reacts quickly to get onto it. The ball sits down nicely for him. But look at Luke Ayling. Look at the space that he's in. Just needs to get his head up, James, and play the pass. But he's not been involved that much in the game so far, so you can understand why he took the shot on himself, but it was the wrong choice.
Anik going long that time. That's Ampadu back to Ilham Meslier. Joe Ralls has arrived back at the Cardiff dugout. It's a hip injury, a left hip injury, which is causing the problem.
It took him a while, didn't it? I know he's injured, but that's not that long a walk. It took him about 20 minutes.
You don't change, do you? No sympathy at all from A. Hinchcliffe. There's Ayling. Somerville. Now Gray. Daniel Farker down below is applauding that passage of play from his Leeds team. He does have a very precise way of playing, Daniel Farker. Which is why, when he takes over a club, it can take his teams a while to get to grips with it and get going. This is Ayling. Somerville linking up with Gray, who doesn't appeal to the referee. Strauch. This now is Cooper. Here's Ampadu. Archie Gray. Ethan Ampadu. Now it's Ayling.
I see Ayling there was maybe shaping up to put across it, but then he realises there's only Willie Gnonto in the box. There's nothing for him really to aim across at.
Straight there from Ramsey, who tries to rectify it, but Gray beats him to it. There's Ampadu. Now James. Driving at Cardiff City, driving at Perry and G, and Leeds will have a corner. Archie Gray moves across to take the corner for Leeds. He has been on set-piece duty in pre-season. Cooper trying to lose Gutas in the middle. It goes low and towards Sinisterra, and Leeds will get a chance to reload. Cooper in a scrap with Dimitrios Gutas, the Greek international defender, making his debut, and the referee wants a word. It is hotting up at Ellen Rowe.
I'm surprised it's taken this long. It's Leeds against Cardiff. We're going to get a bit of aggro, aren't we?
All is calm again for now. For now. And so it begins again. Gray with the corner, and Anik was tempted off his line. And James unable to do anything with it.
It's not the most decisive punch from Jack Anik, but at least he gets there and helps the ball on its way. But Archie Gray, lots of Leeds fans will have wanted him in the side. How much of an influence on the team can he be? You can see here, both halves, he wants to get on the ball, he wants to affect the game, he can sit deep and start the play, he can step forward into the edge of opponent's box. Incredible maturity for such a young man.
Well, he caught the eye of Marcelo Bielsa as a 15-year-old here. He travelled with the first team under Marcelo Bielsa. He was training regularly with them. The Luke Ayling flop is back in the Championship. Surprised it took 36 minutes. There's Strauch. Gray managed to get a touch on that. Likewise, McGuinness. Sinisterra. Nonto, Sinisterra again, it's Somerville, and it came up with the answer. Great football from Leeds United.
Yeah, it's really precise football, it has to be, because it's so congested in the middle of the pitch. And they've got good technical football, Sinisterra, Nonto, Somerville. I think the shot is really telegraphed, and it seems to read where this is going to end up. He's already on the move, and in the end it's a comfortable save for him.
Archie Gray to take the corner from this side of the pitch. Then it went in low, and it was dealt with by Ike Ugbo. Offside against Nonto.
That's a good defensive line that Cardiff hold there, because the corner in is a poor one, it's clear, but they squeeze to the edge of the box and they hold that line as a back four, as a team, and that means that Nonto, if he doesn't come back onside, when the forward ball is played, he's going to be caught off.
Well, we mentioned about the new investors at Leeds United. Russell Westbrook, NBA star with the LA Clippers. He is here watching on. 14th highest paid athlete in the world, apparently, Andy, just behind you. There's Wintle.
Calling me an athlete is one of the nicest things you've ever said.
I just realised what I said. There's the goal scorer, Bowler. Wintle, Bowler again. They've opened up leads here. And now it's Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey tries to get the shot away and touched it at the far post by Ike Ugbo. This is a place where many fear to tread, but not Cardiff City. They are fearless here, and it could be another Ellen Road takeover.
Well, the Cardiff game plan is working perfectly. Daniel Farke's team, loads of the ball, loads of seemingly threatening football on the edge of that Cardiff box. But every time Cardiff go forward, it's not often, it's sporadic, but it's so effective. It's just a simple give and go by Josh Bowler. He gets in far too easily. Yelday doesn't stay with him. Once the give and go is made, here it is. Bowler just lays the ball off, makes a run in behind the fullback. Too easy. It looked like the chance had gone for Aaron Ramsey. He'd been closed off. But a bit of good fortune. But again, there's Cardiff players anticipating the ball might break. Ugbo is there, edge of the 6-yard box. Ball might break my way. I'm going to be there first, ahead of a defender, to get my rewards. And it's no more than Cardiff deserve. As I say, defended well, but when they've stepped forward, they step forward in numbers, and they've been clinical.
Ike Ugbo, who's born in Lewisham, came through the Chelsea Academy. He's on loan at Cardiff City from French team Troyes. He has just added a second for Cardiff City's boys in blue.
But for both goals, Leeds defensively appalling.
Well, arrow bullets. This is the start he would have dreamt about as Cardiff City manager. Remember, he's managed Fenerbahce. He got them involved in a title race for the first time in 3 years, or 7 years, I should say. They finished third that particular season. He's taken teams in Turkey into Europe. Now he's managing Cardiff City, and so far it's the perfect start.
Yeah, individually, collectively, everything is right about Cardiff. Their shape, their aggression on and off the ball. They know they're going to get that many attacks, that when they do go forward, they're getting 4 or 5 bodies into the box, and it's so impressive. It's the perfect away performance so far.
Well, you can hear the Leeds fans getting a little bit frustrated now. Daniel Farke does want them to dominate possession. We saw that with his Norwich City team. Very precise way of playing, as we mentioned, to get them up the pitch. But they're trailing here by 2-0. Cardiff City, who've been clinical. Sinisterra. Again, it was O'Dowda in the way. Sinisterra once more. Plenty back for Cardiff City. A risky but important challenge by NG.
As I mentioned earlier, it's not about how much of the ball that you have, it's where you can get the ball to. Can you get it into the dangerous areas, into the final third? Cardiff have done that more effectively.
Railing. There's Archie Gray. Gray is surrounded. Grant and Wintle doing the defending. Backed up by Callum O'Dowda. Leeds are looking to hit back before the break here. Patrick Bamford missing out today after being injured in a friendly at Hearts last week. He took a kick in the face and then pulled his hamstring at the same time. How's your look? Not good. Gray with the corner. Cooper got free. Stroud gets his head on it, but no real trouble for Alec.
It's not an easy opportunity for Pascal Struijk. He's on the stretch, he's backpedaling, he's trying to get power and accuracy. Not easy from this position, under pressure as well from Gutas.
Leeds are without the three out-and-out strikers today because of injury in Bamford and Ruter, and also Matteo Joseph, who rolled his ankle in training this week. Monto's caught offside. The Premier League is back next weekend. It starts Friday night. Burnley against Manchester City, 6:30, Sky Sports Premier League. On Saturday, we're off to Newcastle against Villa, 5 o'clock on Sky Sports Premier League. Super Sunday starts in West London, Brentford against Spurs from 1. And it stays in West London. Chelsea against Liverpool, 4 o'clock. And then Monday Night Football is Manchester United against Wolves. That starts at 6:30.
Yeah, if you had any plans from Friday onwards, forget them.
It's back. And how do Leeds get out of this tight spot? There's Cooper. Sinistera. That's NG, now Bowler. Backed up by Perry NG. There's Josh Bowler again. Wants to carry the ball forward and step inside, Josh Bowler, when he's playing on the right. Which is where he did so much damage for Blackpool a couple of years ago. Ampadu. Sinistera. Ampadu again. We will have 5 additional minutes at the end of the first half. There's Ayling. Now Struijk. The blow stay down. This is O'Dowda.
There's plenty of possession again for Leeds, but it's all across the face of Cardiff. Cardiff 4-4-2, solid defensive shape. Leeds just aren't making any inroads. They're not getting down the flanks, getting crosses in. They're not getting in behind. At the moment, it's fairly easy for Cardiff to defend.
Gray. Adams didn't quite keep the ball in play. If you do look back at Daniel Farke's managerial career, it does tell you that when he first arrives at clubs, it can take a while to get going. We saw that at Norwich City. Borussia Mönchengladbach last season, where he was managing, he finished 10th in the end of the Bundesliga. But the fans weren't too happy at times with the style of play. They felt when it wasn't working, it could look a little bit laboured. But we know he knows the way out of this league. He's done it twice. He's won the title twice with Norwich City, playing the way he wants to play. Alec was about to try and get hold of that, but McGuinness took it out of his hands.
Yeah, it might take a while, clearly, for Daniel Farke to implement his ideas, but when you defend us poorly, individually and collectively, as Leeds have done for the 2 goals they've conceded. You can't legislate for that. That's just individuals making bad decisions.
He also had to deal with a dressing room split amongst the players at Borussia Mönchengladbach last season, and they did have some big wins against Bayern and Borussia Dortmund and RB Leipzig. Ultimately, he left in the summer.
You get all the gossip, don't you, Gaz?
Nothing else to do. Ayling's offside.
It's going to be tough for Leeds. They've got to be brave in possession. They've got to be precise. They've got to show real quality. They are up against it here. 2-0 down. The crowd just starting to turn a little bit as well. It's not easy to play relaxed football, aggressive attacking football when you're under this pressure.
That was a welcome back to the Championship expression, I think, there from Daniel Farger, who is pondering his half-time team talk here. Ramsey. There's Ayling. Nonto. Wintle steps across, deals with the danger, and it will be a goal kick, not the corner that Nonto was looking for.
So impressed with Cardiff in this first half. I know that Bowler and Ugbo will take the glory because they've got the goals, but you go back to a save from Anik or that challenge from McGuinness, the cover from O'Dowda. It's about the team performing well, the balance being right. That's why Cardiff are 2-0 up.
The message from Errol Bullitt to Jack Anik there was, let's get rid of this, go long, as the Cardiff defenders move away from the edge of the box.
I was just admiring the chunky cardigan. Tremendous work.
There's Gray. NG. Cooper wanting Meslier to take charge, which Meslier does. Leeds did have the worst defence in the Premier League last season, and they've been hit twice in the opening half here. Ampadu. Somerville. Nonto goes down. It's Somerville. He goes down. 2 appeals. And the referee is not interested.
Well, the referee's in a great position to spot any wrongdoing here. That first one did look like a challenge, but I think Somerville there has just thrown himself to the ground. He's under a bit of pressure from Adams. I don't think this is a foul. There's maybe a touch on him there, but he's not knocked off his feet. He goes to ground.
Well, Liam Cooper having a word with the officials. The half-time whistle has gone, and this is not the welcome back to the Championship that Leeds wanted. But Cardiff City have a 2-goal advantage at the break. Josh Bowler made it 1, and Ike Ugbo made it 2. Leeds United are in big, big trouble. Leeds 0, Cardiff City 2.
Potential penalty shout for Leeds just before half-time. A couple of clumsy challenges, shall we say, in the midst of all this. And the, quite surprising sight of Somerville wearing gloves in August, but then it has been chucking it down. Jermaine, any thoughts on these?
Look, not
you
really.
You can say yes or no, it's fine.
There's a strong argument either way.
Yes.
There's a fair argument either way. The way the new rules have come into play, I don't think it is.
Mm-hmm. What have they changed the definition of a penalty?
Well, there's a lot of free kicks and fouls.
Sorry, I'm being facetious.
Yeah, I know you are.
Anything in that for you, Keith?
No, I think Adams runs the risk because he's the wrong side of Somerville, so you always leave yourself in a little bit of tricky waters. But I just didn't think there was quite enough. Can understand the appeal, but probably got the decision right.
The second goal went in from Cardiff City, noticeably went quieter at Ellen Road. Yep. That was a big thing that was such a bonus, wasn't it, to help them get into the Premier League. Sometimes in games, you wonder where the responsibility comes from, whether it's the players or the fans. Is it firmly the players today that have to step up in the second half to get everybody going?
I think it's equal, to be honest with you. The fans, if they're behind the players, it picks the players up. However, if the players are playing to their full potential, then it naturally picks the fans up as well. The fans have to have something to cheer. So that's exactly what needs to happen. All of the players need to really knuckle down.
They need to understand as well, like the players, obviously, with that second goal, the life has been sucked out of them a little bit in terms of the energy and the nerves a little bit with the feeling around the terraces. But they need to understand, the fans, that this is going to be different than what it's been for the last few seasons. It is not going to be as high octane, high energy. There is going to be controlled build-up. There will be rotations top end of the pitch, but it's still finding its feet. I think they need to try and understand that it's not going to be Bielsa-like. There is differences in the way Farke's team traditionally plays, and they need to stick with it, especially now, because they're going to need something special to get back into this game.
A change for Leeds United going into the second half. Sam Byron coming on for Leo Hjelde. We'll have more on that with our commentary team, but credit to Cardiff City.
Yeah.
Perfect away performance so far, Keith.
Very well set up defensively, that shape to play through the lines. They've really restricted the space. The press and triggers have been very, very impressive. They show composure when they've got it and they've won it back, and ultimately they've taken the opportunities when they've got into advanced areas.
Okie dokie, Sam Byron on for Leo Hjelde. Philly Boots, Gary Weaver, Andy Hitchcliffe.
We always do. Thank you, David. Sam Byron on then to make his debut second time around for Leeds United. Having re-signed after being on trial here, Errol Bullitt. It couldn't have gone much better for him and his Cardiff City team so far. Their aim this season is top 10. Any kind of progression from what happened in the last campaign would be a positive.
Yeah, Bullitt didn't really want half-time. He didn't want that momentum that they built up in the first half to be broken. So it's whether they can go again and replicate that first half in the second.
Leeds will get the second half underway. Just that one change at the break with Sam Byram coming on. The last time Leeds beat Cardiff City here in the league, it was 2015, and Sam Byram stepped off the bench to help out in the second half. They've got plenty of work to do here, if they are to bring Cardiff City back into view. As Strauch. Now Byram, who was a right back by trade, but no stranger to playing at left back, and played under Daniel Farke at Norwich.
Yeah, Leeds have to be brave. They have to get on the front foot, get the crowd behind them. But for Cardiff as well, at 2-0 up, it can be a dangerous scoreline, because you can maybe think we'll sit on the edge of our box and just kind of cruise our way to the final whistle, and that's not the way to approach this second half. Go for a third goal.
Well, we know with Cardiff City, scoring goals has been an issue for quite some time, but they've hit two here. And what's been noticeable is, as you mentioned in the first half, Andy, the amount of players they've got up in support, up into the box when they are attacking. It's something that they've worked heavily on throughout pre-season.
Yeah, you can sign those attacking players, but it's up to them to get into goal-scoring positions, which is what Bowler did and Ugbo did. Ramsey supports.
Modado had a really good first 45 minutes, both defensively, and he had a big part in Cardiff's first goal. A reminder that Joe Rawls went off injured in the first half, a hip injury, and was replaced by Ebu Adams, who was left grounded here. You've been relegated, haven't you, Andy? What's it like trying to turn it around?
Just the once. But
what does it feel like as a player and you try and turn it around?
It's horrendous. I felt I had an obligation when I was at Sheffield Wednesday, got relegated, and my thoughts weren't about leaving the club and getting back into the Premier League. It was about putting things right. I've been part of the problem, so, you know, sadly got injured, surprise, surprise, after 6 months, and I couldn't carry on at Wednesday. But I felt an obligation to stay at the club and try and put it right, not leave. But things are very different now. Of course, clubs are looking to get maybe players off the books when they get relegated, so it might not be the player's choice to stay.
Yeah, I'm sure supporters, when your team's relegated, players that took you down, must think should stay and try and get you out of the mess. But the financial implications involved these days are huge, and as we've seen with Leeds, £100 million worth of talent has pretty much headed out on loan because their values will have decreased. That's the Leeds thinking, and get them out on loan. If they have a good campaign this time around, the value may increase again, so when they're sold they might get the money back, if not more. This is Luke Ayling. Nonto is sliding in. McGuinness was there defending for Cardiff.
Well, it's brilliant for McGuinness, but so poor from Carlin Grant, because Luke Ayling just lays the ball off and runs in behind him. O'Dowda steps in, shouldn't have done that, but Carlin Grant, you know, he's looking at Luke Ayling, so just track his forward run. You know he's going to break forward.
Well, it's Somerville who is taking this corner for Leeds. Ayling's at the near post. Cooper arriving on the scene! And suddenly the picture changes. He's damaged himself in the process. But right at the start of the second half, Leeds United changed the mood at Ellen Road.
Yeah, the bravery, the desire of Liam Cooper has completely changed the complexion of the game. He just makes this cross his. It's an away swinging corner, but it just lands on the edge of the 6-yard box. It's not a big looping, booming ball in. It's fairly flat. It's there to be attacked. Brilliantly delivered. But it's all about the aggression, determination of Cooper to run through McGuinness, away from Goutas, and just power his way to the ball. And once he gets there, he just cushions the ball home. He's took a whack, but that is a huge goal for Leeds in the game.
It's a goal which sums up Liam Cooper. Brave, courageous, knew he was probably going to take a hit in the midst of all that. And Leeds are back in this game, but will Liam Cooper's game continue?
Yeah, he only had eyes for the ball, and that's why he got there first. If you look around, you see the defenders, you maybe check if the goalkeeper's going to come off his line. You can then mistime that run, mistime your jump. He doesn't. All he thinks about is the ball.
Charlie Cresswell warming up just in case he is needed here.
That's just so aggressive. But he isn't marked, so he is given the licence to make a run at that Cardiff back line, to run and jump the defenders in standing positions. That's always going to be a problem. If you get that combination right, great delivery, and a big centre-half on the move, it can pay dividends.
It was landing, wasn't it, with Liam Cooper? It was a change of set-piece taker as well. Somerville took that corner kick. But it looks like the game is over for Cooper. And Charlie Cresswell, who himself ended last season with a fractured eye socket on loan at Millwall, has just signed a new deal here. He is on, but that picture tells you everything.
Yeah, just going back to the delivery, it's what I was always taught: when you're taking away swing corners, don't put loads of flight on them, boom them, aim them maybe towards the back post, try and keep them flat and pacey, keep them arriving on the edge of the 6-yard box. Exactly what happened there. It just gave Cooper the opportunity, even with the ball moving away from the target, to get a solid header in.
Well, the stretcher is arriving for Liam Cooper. And how will Cardiff City respond to taking that hit right at the start of the second half? There's Ampadu, who stepped into centre-back for now. Ampadu again. Sinistera. Byram to James. Byram's gone for the return. Wintle's after him. James again. Here's Sinistera. Ramsey was tracking back for Cardiff City. Byram helping out to win it back. Here goes James. The volume increases inside Ellen Road. Nonto. It's Nonto! And it loops over the top via Jack Anick. But Leeds United right now are the dominant force.
Well, they've been fabulous at the start of this second half. Leeds got that goal back, that's given them a lift, but the footwork here from Nonto, outstanding first touch. And Anick, how important a left leg on the shot is this, because if he doesn't get any touch on this, it just nestles in the back of the net. Keeper does brilliantly, but Cardiff on the ropes.
Well, Liam Cooper is on the stretcher down below us. A standing ovation from the Leeds fans down below us, because Liam Cooper's goal has put Leeds back in this. But he took that hit, the landing, after he met the ball. And now Charlie Cresswell is on. Somerville with the corner again. Byram tried to latch onto it. It's Ayling!
I said as the second half started that Leeds needed to be positive, be brave, get on the front foot. You know, if they can get a goal back in the first 10 minutes or so, get the crowd on their feet. That's exactly what's happened. It's a real game on now.
Confirmation of the Charlie Cresswell substitution to replace Liam Cooper. Loan at Millwall last season. Had a really prolific spell at the start of the season in front of goal at Millwall last season, the Charlie Cresswell. Scored 4 goals during his time in South East London. Archie Gray. This now is Ramsey. Stepping away from Gray. Here's Grant. Ayling winning it back for Leeds. Now Ampadu. Dealt with by Wintle. Important too, because Somerville was behind O'Dowda.
Yeah, Cardiff don't look quite as secure as they did in that first half. There's a few spaces opening up that Leeds are looking to exploit.
Hezbollah. Now Wintle. O'Dowda. There's Ampadu. He has been relegated in his last 3 seasons, Ethan Ampadu. Sheffield United and Venezia and Spezia, so he's hoping to write a different kind of story this campaign. He's a player that Daniel Farke tried to sign at Norwich, and he would have played him in midfield, where he's playing today. But he went to Sheffield United, so Daniel Farke went to option number 2, which was Oliver Skipp, which worked out well. Nonto beaten to it by Gutas. Ike Ugbo giving chase to this, running behind. Ugbo! He packed the punch, but he couldn't find the target.
Well, the finish is dreadful, but the pass from Perry NG, outstanding. Well, the weight of it, the angle. Yes, he's got a willing runner in front of him, NG, but he has to get that pass inch perfect, which he does. I can understand Ugbo taking the shot on. He's sprinting at the ball. He's got to go along the ground, across the goal.
Well, those around Cardiff City who have suggested Perry NG could play in midfield because of his ability to deliver passes. And we have seen him step into midfield in pre-season at times, Perry NG, from that full-back position, which is the fashion right now. The referee having to bring play to a halt because he was in the way.
Fullback stepping into midfield, that wouldn't have suited my game. I love the bit of width.
Let's move on. Here's Somerville. Sinistera. Sinistera again. Byron was offside. Jack Harrison in the middle there. Another one who's being linked with a move away from Ellen Road. Was at Leicester City's training ground last season, about to complete a move, which in the end didn't happen. Tyler Adams, another who's out injured as well. Another who's been linked with a move away. Have you been linked with a move away?
Do you want me to?
Stay for now. There's Ampadu.
Leeds once again dominating the ball, but they're just being far more effective and, importantly, more clinical. They stopped the ball in the back of the Cardiff net, and that's given them a huge lift. They hadn't scored. And this dominance is great, but getting that goal back very early on in the second half was all important.
Cresswell's carried the ball a long way forward, looking to pick out Ayling, but the offside flag is up.
Cardiff have held a really good straight defensive line. Their back four works incredibly well together, and as the forward ball is played, Ayling is offside. We saw it with Byram earlier down the left, and that comes from Cardiff having that disciplined back line, but the Leeds fullbacks in particular looking right along the line. He shouldn't be caught out.
Eight years now here at Leeds United, Luke Ayling. Money well spent when Leeds paid the £750,000 for him. Just again, reading the situation well. Ayling. Somerville. There's Ampadu. Now James. This is Nonto. McGuinness standing his ground. Byram. Nonto. There's Cresswell. Again, another marauding run forward, but he's out of position now and lost out. He wasn't punished.
Yeah, they're fortunate there, Cresswell and Leeds, because if O'Dowd had managed to just keep that ball in play, he just nudges it past Ayling into acres of space. He knocked the ball out of play. If he'd have kept it in play, Leeds were in trouble.
There's Strauch, who's moved to the left of the two centre-backs now. Charlie Cresswell, the right footer, on the right. Here he is again. Ayling. Sinistera picks up. Not quite what he intended, and Adams deals with it. Just cover the ground, Ebou Adams. He's lost out, he's gone down, and Nonto couldn't pick out James, but here's Sinistera for Leeds United. Ayling. Ampadu. Now Gray. Leeds on the front foot again. The handball appeals coming from the fans rather than the players. Ampadu. Daniel Falker down below us, applauding his team. Somerville. Ampadu again. Archie Gray. There's Nonto. Nonto tried to smuggle it through to Somerville, but Cardiff City aware to what was happening. Ike Ugbo, and this is where Cardiff need the ball to stick, but he couldn't find Wintle, who's done a bit of pulling back there, seen by the referee, who plays the advantage.
There's a phase of the game where Leeds are dominating, so you're right, Ugbo needs to get hold of that ball, keep it, get his team up the pitch.
Somerville moving up the gears. Nonto, and that's straight at Alec.
There's an earlier break forward from Sinisterra into the penalty area. He was expecting maybe a foul to be given his way. There wasn't. I think Ebou Adams was thinking the referee's going to blow for a challenge on him. That wasn't a foul either, so it was just, for both sides, it was a bit of a mess.
Here come Leeds again. The force is with them right now. James. Somerville. It's a wall of blue to try and pick a way through here for Leeds. Gray to Ampadu. The ball recycled again. Ampadu takes aim. Ike Ugbo. No way out though for Cardiff City. Sinisterra. Nonto. Nonto will try and pick up again. That's McGuinness. No messing about from him. Cardiff City are just about keeping Leeds at arm's length. We're about to make a change. Yakou Meite will be coming on shortly. It will be Carlin Grant to make way. So Yakou Meite, who they signed from Reading in the summer, he will be coming on shortly for Cardiff. Adams has done well, and he's looked to try and release Ike Ugbo. He's in a battle here with Cresswell, who hits the deck and was fouled by Ugbo.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for Cresswell, that bouncing ball, but he's waiting for the challenge. He wants Ugbo to step into him. As soon as the striker grabs hold of him, makes a connection with him, the foul is always going to be given. It's a difficult one for a centre-half back.
Confirmation of this change. Carlin Grant's debut is over, so now it's a debut for Yakou Meite. Meite, a player that Jaap Stam signed for Reading from PSG, now wearing the blue shirt at Cardiff City.
Yeah, Josh Bowler's just switched out to that left-hand side, maybe to deal with those forward runs of Ayling a bit more effectively, and Meite will operate down the right.
Which we've seen him do countless times for Reading. Archie Gray. There's Byram. Now James. Sinisterra. Faced by Adams and Meite. He's found down James. James! And then it got out brilliantly.
Oh, stunning work from Dan James. The way he allows this ball just to come across to his right-hand side. That's where he wants the ball to be. And he does everything right, just tries to whip it, pass it towards that bottom corner, but a bouncing ball, difficult for the keeper, and it does superbly to get anything on that.
Well, it's an outswinger coming in again here from Crescencio Somerville. Plenty of lift on it. Cresswell and Byram both going for it. Cresswell! And then Byram unable to produce what he wanted to.
There's a bit more flight on the ball in this time from Somerville, so it's a more difficult ball to attack, and you can see that Cresswell, he's got 3 Cardiff players around him as well, so he doesn't get to the ball as effectively as Liam Cooper did for the goal.
Well, Daniel Farke will be pleased with the opening half of the second half. And the last 10 minutes, Leeds on top here possession-wise.
It's about turning that possession into, chances, make the goalkeeper make saves, or score the goal. So again, like the first half, having the ball is great, but what can you do with it? Can he be more effective?
Well, he trusts in his style of play. He told the players at Norwich, you have to trust this style or you're on the bench. Doesn't mess about, Daniel Farke. There's Cresswell. Now James. James, no way past NG. Archie Gray. Somerville. Nicely done. Ayling. It's James, but the flag is up. The goal won't count. The flag was up immediately.
Once again, Cardiff don't really deal with Luke Ayling. You see Callum O'Dowda. It's fortunate really that Ayling's gone too early once again, because O'Dowda is just focused on the ball. He's ball watching. He's got to appreciate where Ayling is. So they're fortunate on that occasion that Ayling's just gone too early. That keeps happening. Eventually Ayling will time his forward run correctly. He will get in behind that Cardiff defence and they'll grab an equaliser.
There's Callum O'Dowda. Cardiff just need to try and spend some time with the ball here because they're up against it. Well, Ipswich Town start life in the Championship after us. They go to Wearside. Sunderland against Ipswich. Kick off 5 o'clock live on Sky Sports Football. Cresswell. Ayling. A couple of changes are imminent for Cardiff City. Andy Rinomota and Keon Etete, we're hearing, will be coming on shortly. Sinistera with the outside of his right boot, picking out Byron. Byron trying to get the better of Yaku Mate, and he's won the free kick.
Yeah, Mate just seemed to mistime the challenge, actually. It's positive play from Byron. He just draws Mate in, knocks the ball past him. I think Mate eventually just leans into him. It's a free kick in a dangerous area for Leeds, this.
A booking for Yaku Mate, a free kick for Leeds. Again, it's Crescencio Somerville who's standing over it. Cresswell and Strauch, two of those who are waiting to pounce. Cardiff looking to keep Leeds at arm's length. In it went from Somerville, crept through to Cresswell, who couldn't bring the ball under his spell.
It's not easy because it flashes off the head of Adams. So it comes at him with real pace, and I think actually comes off McGuinness as well. So very difficult for the defender to adjust his body and control that ball with his thigh, with his knee, keep it down. It's always going to bounce up.
Another Leeds set piece. In towards Sinistera, and Byram again getting a boot on it. We're hearing that Aaron Ramsey and Ike Ugbo will be the two to make way shortly for Cardiff. With Andy Rinomota and Keon Etete coming on.
Well, you can probably understand those changes. They haven't really carried an attacking threat in the second half. Cardiff just need some fresh legs out there.
Byram, Ampadu. He's caught by Ike Ugbo. The referee did have a think about it. Now he's given the free kick. There's Cresswell. Somerville. He's on the turn. Somerville. He got the free kick he was looking for. McGuinness. NG. That goes out for a Leeds throw. Perry NG is hobbling now for Cardiff. Somerville.
give Leeds a lot of credit. They've really taken the game to Cardiff in this second half. There's been virtually no attacking threat from Cardiff. I think that's down to the way that Leeds have imposed themselves. But at 2-0 up, I said just after half-time, got to be careful. You don't think the job is done. And Leeds have taken the game to them, got a goal back, and have an opportunity to get something from the game now.
Nonto stays down as he links up with Somerville again. Important intervention once more by O'Dowda, but Ayling picks up for Leeds. Byram, Nonto into a congested area. Sinistera, he goes down. Looks pleadingly towards the referee, but doesn't get what he was looking for. And O'Dowda is congratulated by his teammates.
Yeah, his first touch didn't seem good enough here. Certainly looks onside. He was onside, and G's playing him on. I think his first touch actually isn't too bad, but it doesn't get out in front of him, enable him to get his shot away. There's pressure on him from O'Dowda. That's not a foul, and great to see that Sinistera's not, turning and berating the referee, because it's just good defending in the end.
Cardiff City holding on to a 2-1 lead here. 2 goals in the first half from Bowler and Ike Ugbo. But they've been asked serious questions by Leeds United in the second 45. I think Marlon Romeo is also about to come on for Cardiff. We saw Perry NG struggling a few moments ago. NG beaten to it there, and he's trying to get back goal side here as James motors forward for Leeds. Nonto. Away from NG, and McGuinness is guarding the near post again for Cardiff. He had a really good loan spell in Yorkshire, South Yorkshire, with Sheffield Wednesday last season, Mark McGuinness, in the first half of the season. Ampadu. Nonto, Aaron Ramsey doing the defending that time. Just made sure he made life awkward there for Nonto.
Yeah, there is contact, but he doesn't knock Nonto to the ground. It's shoulder to shoulder. And again, good to see Nonto not turning and complaining to the referee.
There's Somerville. Nonto. Again, it's tight and intricate here. Sinistera. Ayling. Right back to left back. This is Byron. Now James. It's James. McGuinness there again for Cardiff. Archie Gray. There come Leeds again. Somerville. Dimitrios Goutas had stepped out, now he stepped back into the back line as Somerville picks up again for Leeds United. It's Somerville! They took a nick on the way through.
It has been really lively. Every time he gets on the ball, he's twisting and turning, he's confident, he backs himself to beat defenders time and again. And the shot does take a touch, but he slightly pulls it as well. I'm not sure whether it would have gone in. They hadn't had that touch.
Well, he's another that Premier League clubs are after, Crescencio Somerville. Another that Everton have been after, by all accounts. Perry NG down. He is about to be substituted. With Marlon Romeo coming on, but there's the first change. And it's the end of the return for Aaron Ramsey, making his debut third time around today for Cardiff City, which means they get to keep him now. It was his former teammate Joe Ledley who told Cardiff director Steve Borley that Aaron Ramsey wanted to come back to Cardiff City, and Steve Borley could not believe it. So he got in touch with Aaron Ramsey. They tried to do it in January, but weren't able to. But now Aaron Ramsey is back as a Cardiff City player, back living at home. He turned down the millions on offer to him from Saudi Arabia to play for a club that means the world to him. Perry NG also off And Ike Ugbo also withdrawn, having got his debut goal today. Somerville with the corner.
And that's a very difficult header to make. If you're going to whip a ball in like that, it's got to be in and around the 6-yard box. It's got to be out in front of a teammate, so you can just redirect it goalwards. It was too wide, he's beyond the near post. Very difficult header to make.
Keon Etete. Came on for Ike Ugbo. Thought he was fouled there, but nothing doing with the officials. There's Adams. Etete again. There's Matey. Looking for Etete. When the motor was in the box, but Etete ran out of pitch.
Yeah, the idea was right. It was just an overhit pass from Matey. Should have done better with that.
.11 minutes plus additional time here for Cardiff to hang on, or for Leeds to find an answer. Gray, Somerville. There's Bowler. Now Adams. Just covered the ground in the midfield for Cardiff City, Ebu Adams. Marlon Romeo. Etete. Already though, a bit more about Cardiff.
Yeah, but just too ambitious there. Just take the ball in. Don't try and whip it round the corner. Be clever. Do it first time. Just secure possession. Give your teammates a bit of respite.
Strauch. Leeds are about to bring on Joe Gelhardt. In the meantime, this is James. Wintle. Now Bowler. There's Renamoto, who's born in this city. And 2 for company, one of those was Ayling. James. Ian Poveda also about to enter the fray for Leeds. As they look for this equaliser. Sinistera. Nonto. Now James. Sinistera runs out of pitch in the end and doesn't get the corner he was looking for.
Yeah, they were patient defensively there, Cardiff. They didn't go stepping in to try and win the ball back too early. Only when Bowler needed to make a challenge did he do so.
So 2 attackers about to come on for Leeds. Joe Gelhardt, who ended last season on loan at Sunderland, where he did play as a number 9 because of injuries. He will be coming on. His main position, though, is as a 10, playing off the striker. And Ian Poveda also about to come on. Try and add his attacking threat to this contest. So it's the end of the game for Dan James. He is replaced by Ian Poveda, and Joe Gelhardt will replace Willie Nonto.
Daniel Farke will be hoping that a bit of attacking freshness will do the job here, that maybe his team during the course of this second half have just worn Cardiff down, and fresh attackers coming on will prove the difference.
So Joe Gelhardt will play through the middle now for Leeds. As I said, he did it last season at Sunderland, albeit that wasn't supposed to be the plan. Ian Poveda has moved to the right-hand side. There's Sinistera. Somerville dances away from Ebu Adams, still going. As Adams lunged in, then goes down. This is Poveda, Ayling screaming for the ball. Poveda couldn't find him. This is Gelhardt, and dealt with by Gutas. Now Keon Etete, he's the outball right now for Cardiff City. And he's done well to link up with Bowler. Rinomhota. Cardiff in the last 4 seasons have finished further down the table year after year. If they hold on to this, it will be a dream start, just what they have been looking for. As we said earlier on, the mood has changed around the city of Cardiff with the changes made, particularly the signing of Aaron Ramsey, the appointment of Errol Bullitt and the way he wants to play. And if they hang on here, they'll have got through a big test.
Yeah, it's what a win could do for the club. A couple of goals as well, a massive boost.
Still plenty of time to play though. This is Byram. Cresswell. Archie Gray looking to pick out Sinisterra, but too much on it. He was on the final shortlist of 4. Errol Bullitt, others were Nathan Jones, Cameron Toshak, who was coaching here at Leeds with Jesse Marsh, and Oscar Garcia. Before he got the job as Ampadu was on the deck again. And just been told to get up by referee Josh Smith. The Welsh national anthem ringing out around Ellen Road. The Cardiff City fans are making themselves heard here as they look to try and carry their team home. Gray. This is Adams who wins the free kick.
That's good work initially from Etete, the centre forward, working back into midfield for his team, doing a defensive job, winning the ball back from Gray, and then Ebu Adams, who has been really effective since he's come on. It's not a glamorous role that he's playing, just looking to break up the opposition play. Did that well there.
Byram was stretching, it clipped off his head.
Yeah, this is where Cardiff want to be. They need some respite. They need to get up the pitch and just keep the ball in the Leeds half for 30 seconds or so.
Tough start for Cardiff. Their next away trip is to Leicester after a home game against Queen's Park Rangers. Romeo with the throw. Etete. Rintle. That's O'Dowda. Nice technique from Callum O'Dowda, but didn't get through to Meslier. Poveda driving Leeds up the pitch. Sinisterra demanding the ball on this side of the pitch. He held on too long and Rinomhota got back. O'Dowda. Cresswell and Etete getting to know each other. There's Byram. Cresswell stepping forward. Archie Gray. Now Strauch. Almost every outfield player in Cardiff City's defensive third. Byram, no way past Ebu Adams. That's gone straight to Strauch. There's Cresswell. Sinistera. Gelhardt, nicely done to Somerville. McGuinness stands his ground again. Somerville again, goes down again. Goal kick.
Well, the first coming together definitely didn't look like a foul. That one clearly wasn't. Somerville stays on his feet. And again, I just think he goes to ground a little bit too easy. He feels the contact and just seems to feel that's enough to go to ground and get the penalty, but he just seemed to be leaned into. There's a bit of contact there on his shoulder, but again, why do you fall to the ground in that way? You're not pushed to the ground, you're not knocked off your feet, you're making it look like you are.
Well, looks like a bit of cramp for Somerville, who's tried to work his magic in this game.
That's what referees are looking for now, is contact with consequence. There can be contact. It doesn't mean it's a foul, but is that contact? Does that cause a player to fall to the ground as Somerville does there? Absolutely not.
That's off Gelhardt. Yeah, there will be more additional time this season. We've seen it already. Much more stricter timekeeping this campaign. So all eyes will be on fourth official Jeremy Simpson shortly to see how much additional time we'll have. Amy's cross. Gelhardt was arriving off the head of Mark McGuinness. There's been a tower of strength at the back for Cardiff City.
Absolutely magnificent. His positioning, his aggression and tenacity to get to the ball first. Outstanding in the second half. Throughout the game, but certainly in the second half. Brilliant.
Here come Leeds again with Ayling. Pervada. Pervada. Archie Gray, he's surrounded. O'Dowda helping out. He too has been excellent at the back for Cardiff. 6 additional minutes. That's what we will have at the end of this contest. Sonny Perkins is about to come on for Leeds. His only senior goal came against Cardiff City. And a 2-2 draw. That's Pervada. Away by Romeo. Somerville. Cardiff with another 5 minutes to try and see this out. Strauch. There's Byram. Strauch stretching. Ampadu. Somerville again. Sinistera. Wintle doing the defending that time, but it's coming back at Cardiff. Ayling. Pervada. Plenty in the box for Leeds. Pervada with the cross over the head of Gelhardt. There's Somerville. Trying to escape the clutches of Rinomhota, but unable to. Now Ampadu. Archie Gray. Leeds recycling the ball and attacking Cardiff again. Pervada. Again O'Dowda in the way for Cardiff City.
He does so well, O'Dowda. Just stay on your feet and watch the ball, because Pervada down the right-hand side is a real problem for Cardiff.
Leeds are looking to move up the gears again here. Pervada once more. What's in his mind this time? Took a nick off O'Dowda, and once again it was defended well by Cardiff and Wintle. There's Bowler, and a chance for him to drive Cardiff City up the pitch. And he's won the free kick.
Now that bit of work is absolutely priceless at this point, at this stage for Cardiff. Getting on the ball, driving forward, getting the foul, running down the clock, getting your team up to the halfway line. Just what Bullett's team needed.
Sonny Perkins is coming on, and it will be Archie Gray who makes way. Archie Gray, the 17-year-old who made his debut for Leeds today, he is off, and on comes Sonny Perkins. I mentioned his only goal was against Cardiff, that 2-2 FA Cup draw at Cardiff City last season. It was the late equaliser, so he will be hoping that history can repeat itself. Cardiff City will not. Adams goes to ground. Atete is looking to leave his calling card. 2.5 additional minutes to play. Ethan Ampadu was yellow carded whilst the substitutions were being made. Sinistera. There's Ampadu. Luke Ayling. Gelhardt. Look who's there again. Callum O'Dowda. He may have to dig his heels in again here. Strauch. There's Sinistera looking to try and outwit Marlon Romeo. Ampadu. Sinistera, nice spin. Sinistera goes for it. McGuinness in the way. This is the championship. This is what happens. You cannot switch off for a second. Late drama at Ellen Road. They just have rescued Leeds United's opening day back in the championship.
Well, Leeds have shown extraordinary character in this second half, because 2-0 down at half-time. They look dead and buried. Cardiff were excellent from back to front, but everything changed in the second half. They got on the front foot, they got the Cooper goal back, and they've just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Cardiff just simply haven't had the ball. They've been penned back. It's just a question of whether Leeds could provide a bit of quality at the end of the day, and that's exactly what's happened here. A bit of good fortune, cannons off a couple of Cardiff players, but how quickly Somerville gets his bearings here and realises what he needs to do to score. The ball's actually behind him. He goes and retrieves it and tucks it in the corner quite brilliantly. But you have to give Leeds a lot of credit. They have thrown everything at Cardiff in the second half, and they look like they've rescued a point.
Well, of course, we'll now have added time for the goal celebration too, so this is not done yet. There's Atete. And it's Bowler. There's Gelhardt. Pervader's made his way forward here. The stretch by Gutas. And Cardiff City get the free kick. But Cardiff have seen a 2-goal lead here disappear.
Yeah, and I don't think it's the fact that they've sat back and looked to kind of coast through to the end of the game. It's just that Leeds have got on the front foot. They've just tired them out. You know, Ramsey had to go off, Woodville had to go off. They just ran out of steam. And there's only so much defending you can do, but it's up to, you know, Farke's team to keep going, keep plugging away, and eventually they've got their rewards.
The header from Mate, away by Strauch. Is there time for another twist? Romeo. Rinomota, seen off by Ethan Ampadu. Romeo on the launch pad again here for Cardiff, looking for Atete, who couldn't get to it. Leeds United are back in the beautiful chaos of the Championship. A breathless second half at Ellen Road. They fought back to take a point here. Liam Cooper heading them back into this and being injured in the process. And then Crescencio Somerville late on, slamming home the leveller. That was after Josh Bowler put Cardiff City in front, and Ike Ukbo on his debut made it too. But Leeds fought back in the second half to rescue their opening day and to take a point here. But Cardiff City will take plenty from this too. It's finished. Leeds United 2, Cardiff City 2.
Well, let's face it, it's Leeds United. It's never going to be the most straightforward or the easiest places to go, is it? Of course, Cardiff City thoroughly disappointed, surrendering that winning position that they found themselves in the dying seconds of this game. Crescencio Somerville, the man in the right place at the right time for Daniel Farke. He starts his tenure as Leeds United manager unbeaten, coming back from 2-0 down. Keith Andrews, Jermaine Beckford alongside me here in the studio. Maybe a sense, Jermaine, that A, it's not going to be easy, but B, they're going to have to show that fight, which they did.
Yeah, they did indeed. Look, when you're going in at half-time 2-0 down at home, it's a really difficult situation to find yourself in. However, the start to the second half was absolutely electric, and it's exactly what we expected to see from Leeds United coming out of the tunnel into the second half. Look, 2-0 down at home, you want to see a reaction, and a reaction is exactly what we saw. It was just a shame that Leeds United couldn't turn all of the possession and all of the opportunities they had in front of goal into more goals than just the two they had.
Does it end up feeling, Keith, like that point snatched, edging towards feeling like a three-point return from this game?
With going 2-0 down, of course it does. Showed a lot of character, that they stuck to it. The early goal in the second half helped just get everybody back on board, and the whole energy within the stadium was lifted. There was a real, before that, obviously going 2-0 down, it wasn't good. It felt quite sterile, the whole stadium, and Cardiff were sticking to their game plans. Cardiff set up to protect in the second half, understandably so. Looked like they were on the ropes on occasions throughout the second half, but then felt they would ebb towards getting those crucial 3 points. But with the level of ability that they've got on the pitch, Tucker's goal really well. And you would have to say, on the balance of play, they deserved something from the game.
Well, the song, of course, is marching on together from Leeds United, and they're going to have to stick together all the way through this